I got you. I got you, fam.
Yeah.
All right, we're live, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
that was on camera?
That was on camera. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome to the Cool Guys Nation studio. You, of course, are in the Shrine of Aquila studio, and you might notice there's 3 instead of 2.
What?
Holy
which,
crow.
I guess I should have bought another mic, but that's okay.
You guys like sharing.
We can share.
Yeah,
We can
love-
share. Who's our guest, Josh?
Big
Who
fan
is
of
it?
sugar.
Our guest is Mike from Dragonfall. Say
Hello.
hi, Mike.
Hey guys, how are you?
We are very good. Welcome to the studio.
So it's my understanding I'm like the first guest who's seen like the secret layer.
That's
And-
true.
And I got to tell you, viewers, as I look straight into the camera, you know, I thought I had a disease. These guys take it to another level.
Yes, we have the
So-
disease.
We need another.
We need
cowbell.
quarantine.
We need a cowbell.
I mean, this is impressive. You'll have to do a tour of the facility sometime. I mean, it would be a fascinating show right there.
Yeah, maybe we'll clean up before we do that.
Eh.
You like the chaos.
Look,
you like
this is the
chaos.
clean room.
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
is not the clean
It's
room.
like
Right.
the work in progress room.
So,
It's
I
all
mean,
good.
If we had to guess, how many unassembled miniatures do we have?
Unassembled? Oh,
Yeah.
Good
10,000?
Lord. At least.
Oh my gosh.
At least. I think you have like at least half of that and just Mantic Undead.
That's a good look, though.
Yeah, that's true. We
That's
got
a
that
good
huge
look.
box.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Mantic
That's a
Undead.
Kickstarter a couple of years. Yeah.
Giant Kickstarter and then traded it to us, and it's like
Yeah.
10 million zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even know. what
Those
we're gonna
are
do
good looking figs.
I have
Yeah,
no
The
idea.
Undead Bridge is
Yeah.
amazing.
We got the good
Love
ones.
Mantic.
Yeah, but they all have square bases.
Well, this was years ago, right?
Yeah.
So
Right,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, Mantic is on squares.
I know.
It's true.
That's true.
It's true.
It's all right. It's all right. We are going to go more into Dragonfall a little bit later. We're going to start off hot and heavy with the GW action today, and then we're going to roll it into our special coverage for you of Dragonfall. And Mike's going to tell us all about Dragonfall coming up in a little bit.
Love
Aaron, do you want to start?
Yes,
Well, Mike, do you want to start?
it. Hey, man, I'll kick it off. Absolutely.
Okay.
So as my wonderful crib notes have been printed out for me, so these trying to make it idiot-proof for me.
It's not for you. It's for me.
No,
you,
no,
You
no.
know that.
It's
There's
all-
3 copies, but it's just really for me, so I don't feel bad.
It's all good, but you know, I got to tell you, you know, and this is the conversation that I have with everybody who's been doing this hobby a long time. Golden age of GW, baby.
I
mean,
agree.
it is. I mean, just from an earnings perspective, they are crushing it, and I think the movement, you know. Aaron, you just got back from Nova. Games
did.
Workshop was there.
They were there.
right? And so
Your
like
first official event.
you're seeing them get engaged with the community now, start to listen, play test things more. I mean, this guys, I've been in this hobby for a long time. This is as user friendly as I've seen the GW apparatus towards us hobbyists and gamers, and it is just fantastic. So let's enjoy it.
So I heard a rumor
Oh,
that
God.
you're an old school fantasy player.
I am, yeah. Like really old. So, yeah, actually, so we'll get to my history, but yeah, I've been playing for a long time. Like Rogue Trader, 1984, 1986 was when I first fell in love with the game, and it's just been an amazing ride since then. And the thing that I really like about this hobby over the course of my life since then, it's one of those things like an old friend that you can always come back to.
Yeah.
You know, so even if I hadn't played for a year or built a model in a year, it's like you come
Right.
back.
I know
and
exactly how you feel.
you come
Yeah.
back into it. Nothing like the craziness that you guys have, right? Although my basement could give like half your studio a run for the money. But yeah, so but then it changed for me in the mid 2000s, and I switched from Fantasy Battle, which I'm sorry, from Rogue Trader 40K to Fantasy Battle, and I have I think fully painted armies for fantasy. So
I-
still on
Wow.
squares. Still
Come on,
on
let's get
squares.
those in the studio.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I mean, it's so that's a whole other conversation. There's Ninth Age now, and it's a thing, and we certainly
It's a thing.
we certainly support Ninth Age and have an event at Dragonfall for Ninth Age, and that's what I play, guys. But
Really?
yeah.
Do you have your dark elves that I so often play
Yeah.
in the basement
Yeah,
at
the
Joe's?
Dark Elves. That's probably my best looking army. So
Yeah,
I'm really
it's
proud.
real nice.
And the problem with that army, so I think everybody who's listened to me talk over the years, I outsource everything, right? But I do the bases, and I think the difference between a good model and a great model is the base, and so I do my own bases. The Dark Elves are snow. I'm never doing snow again. Oh my gosh!
What was your mixture?
So what I did is I used the secret weapon Crush Glass.
Yeah.
But I also used a flock,
Okay.
like a model railroad flock.
Yeah.
But the crushed glass was supposed to,
Add some sparkle.
add some sparkle into it.
Yeah.
The problem that you have with snow, and anybody who's done this I'm sorry to go down this rabbit hole, guys, but
Yeah, how dare you go down a hobby rabbit hole?
the discoloration that happens,
Oh, yeah, you
right?
get
I mean,
the-
from snow, from one
Right.
batch when you're doing like one
Yellow
unit,
snow.
and then it's like, oh my gosh, it's not the same. It's not the same white tint, So anyway, yeah, never
Yeah.
doing snow again.
Josh has a pretty good snow technique.
Yeah, it's lasted a long time. So what I do: baking soda, white glue, and white paint. Just mix it all together. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, so that was the discolored one for me.
You
Just so you know,
mine. I think I painted it like 6 years ago.
They look
and it's-
amazing.
They
Yeah.
still
yeah,
white.
no,
so.
I saw that one. I tried to do it on YouTube. I got a critical mixture wrong, and those are the
Oh.
yellow guys. So I'm
Oh,
like,
that's a bummer.
that was-
Just put some paint on.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we were talking about GW.
Yep.
You were saying it's the golden age.
Yeah.
I agree, but I'm also worried. Have they gone too far? Because
They might have gone too far.
Because
Well-
there's a lot to buy now.
I know where you're going with this, and certainly the ether sphere has been complaining about what's the one complaint that when I was buying blisters back in the day of lead, right? Cost,
Sweet,
cost,
delicious, healthy lead.
cost, right? So that narrative has not changed over 35 years, right?
Yeah.
And yes, you're going to pay, what is it, $175 for the Reaver, right?
Yeah.
US.
The
And-
Reaver? This Reaver is only $60.
Oh.
Titanicus Reaver is only $60.
Okay, I'm thinking of the new Knight model. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Dominus Knight.
Yeah, the Dominus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the new
and the
the
box
new one's
set-
$60, but it's $60 for your side game.
Well,
maybe.
Is anybody playing it? Is anybody playing this game?
It's been out for less than a month.
too early to know. I think.
Well, I can tell you that a lot of people were talking about it at Nova.
Yeah.
Okay, and I had many conversations. I could not find a game. Now, that being said, I was very busy with the live stream and the setup and making sure the equipment was safe and all that, and I did not go to every nook and cranny of every room. However, there was a lot of kill team pickup games. There was a lot of actual kill teams being played in the tournament, including in the narrative. There were lots of other games being played. I did not find a pickup game of Titanicus.
Well, I think that goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning, guys. Is I think what's been one of the pushback that now to what we were talking about. 40K armies are now as enormous as a fantasy battle army is, right?
Yeah.
And so to field one, if you're a starting player, it's again the cost is the pushback. So how to mitigate that? Well, let's have an infantry only game that's played on a much smaller table with
True.
a lot less terrain, and you can get started for $40 or $50.
I mean,
it can lead into another.
I do think that there's like
it can be kind of the entree. I'm sorry, the appetizer to the entree.
there's a balance that 40K has to try and meet, which is difficult because on the one hand, they have a lot of sales to new players who don't necessarily become long-term players, right? So they need to have models and stuff for those people to buy. And if you have nothing, making a Death Guard army with 89 Poxwalkers can be a little intimidating. However,
79.
I'm sorry, 79, Josh. I'm sorry. However, if you're an established player and you've been playing an army that you like for a really long time, you also want to be able to field a big army, and you can field a big army, right? And that's been one of the struggles. How do you take somebody like me who has every single Space Marine you could ever possibly think of and get me to buy more Space Marines, right?
You make them bigger and give them 2 wounds each.
Exactly.
Well.
That's what you do. That's exactly what you do. That's my point, though. But now that army has technically doubled, if you will, for a new player, that's very intimidating.
No, absolutely, and that's why, again, having been part of it for so long, this is why you see the 4-year refresh with the new edition, so then they can get the older players to have to buy a new edition. So I will say, to tip the hat to them, they have it down to a science at this point in time. Let's hope that they just continue on the path that they're on, and continue listening to the community, continue listening to the players, and hopefully good things will continue to follow.
Yeah, agreed.
I agree.
So the Titanicus Reaver Battle Titan is up for pre-order now. Space Wolves.
Yep, Space Wolves got some new stuff out. It has a new collection, which is the Gene Stealer Cult and Space Wolves. It's called Space Wolves Tooth. It looks very exciting.
It's just Tooth.
I think so.
It's Tooth and Claw.
Oh no, it's Tooth and Claw. Right.
It's Tooth.
It's just tooth. Just one tooth. Tooth and claw. There you go.
There's 1 tooth, 1 claw.
One tooth, one claw. So that is available now. Space Wolves. Of course, the entree for Orktober.
Well, they did get a codex as well.
Yes,
Codex
no, they are getting a codex as well. But I think everybody's really waiting for Orcs and Sisters of Battle. I think those are going to be the two
armies that need some love, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot.
they
We literally went to play Orcs. I don't know, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
A week ago? And I spent 45 minutes looking for the new Orc Codex. I was like, why is there no Codex? I can't possibly need to go to the index.
It was
to find...
really funny.
Yeah. And I'm like,
they haven't made it?
Where's the Codex?
Well,
Yeah.
some of the models are long in the tooth as well.
That's
So,
true.
But
Yes.
I will say just the and this is a great thing that they've adopted over the last couple of years as well. The teaser videos with the buggies and stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
I mean, the talk about just
That buggy, I remember
tantalizing.
it.
I mean, it's pretty sexy.
It is very, very sexy. And of course, Josh's new favorite game,
No.
Kill Teams.
Oh, I thought you were going to go to the next one.
Kill Teams.
Kill Team. I like Kill Team. Kill Team's a good game. I don't win it a lot, but it's fun.
There's a bunch of stuff coming out for Kill Teams. What do we got?
We got boxes.
We got
boards.
We have box sets of pre-made Kill Teams for pretty much each faction.
Right.
Plus, there's dice for each faction as well.
And new boards.
And there's going to be new boards. And the boards come in boxes that have terrain.
Yes.
Yep.
However, they're all sold out on GW as of this afternoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what do you know?
What a surprise.
What a surprise. They also have the new Rogue Trader that's going to be coming out.
Ooh.
It's for pre-order right now. You can go pre-order if it hasn't already sold out.
Yep.
And that has the Elucidian Star Striders versus the Geller Pox Infected. It's a super cool box. It actually has a codex for each of those two armies to use in 40k.
Awesome.
It has the rules to use them in Kill Team. It has new boards for Kill Team. It has like 11 new scenarios for Kill Team.
Yep.
It has new rules for playing on a 2D board for Kill Team. And it has models.
Yeah, it has models?
It has all those things. Now, Aaron, can you tell me what a Geller field is?
I believe that a Geller field is the thing that protects you from the chaos and the warp.
I cannot believe you remembered that. I'm very proud of you.
Pretty good.
Because
Pretty good.
Aaron does not read or care about any fluff in
That
this
is
game.
not true.
That is true.
Not true. You
By
know
the
what? You
way-
know what Wargamer Girl said?
What?
That I should just play War Machine because nobody in War Machine reads the fluff. Not gonna happen.
No, you know what? War Machine's a fine game.
Is War Machine gonna be a Dragonfall?
War Machine, unfortunately, is not going to be a Dragonfall. not because of lack of want on our part. So, War Machine judges, we need you.
There you go.
All right, so you hear that? If you're a War Machine judge,
Yes, we need you. We've been trying to attract you guys for 4 years now. So, please answer my emails. Appreciate it.
I got some people to hook you up with.
I know.
If you want.
I know. You were big into the scene, and I really appreciate it. And all joking aside, we would sincerely like to like to have War Machine. I think it's, I've always rooted for Privateer.
Yeah.
I definitely admire those guys. They're going against the juggernaut, like a lot of other companies are, but they've been the one that's been competitive for as long as they have.
Yeah.
Up until recently, unfortunately,
Well,
it's fallen off the cliff. And,
their new release is coming out soon, or already came out.
Yeah.
I believe, and there was a pretty strong showing at Nova, much stronger than at
That's good.
Adepticon.
That's
So
good.
it seems like people are coming back. However, there's a catch.
What's the catch?
They dropped that your models must be painted, and half the armies were not painted.
And
Yeah.
that's not cool.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter for Adepticon because that is not per event. That is the tournament. I mean, that's
No.
the convention rules is
Yeah.
to have it painted for.
Well, I
for-
think the Nova
yeah,
convention
Adepticon.
rules is that as well, but
Yeah, no, I agree. That's the reason you go to those events.
Right.
You can play any unpainted army in any hobby store in the United States.
Yeah.
Or worldwide for that matter. The reason why you would come to an event like that is to play against top tier armies,
Mhm.
top painted armies, in beautiful terrain. That's how those. That's how that.
That's
movie
where the
works.
magic is.
that's the rules of Dragonfall.
That's what we're trying to do, baby. That's what we've hopefully done okay. So, but yeah, it's really good. But the one thing to get back to the Adeptus Titanicus thing, the other thing that's fallen off the cliff, which was something that I was a big fan of,
All
was
right.
was the Hawk War Games.
The airplanes.
No. I'm sorry. The drop zone.
Oh,
Drop
drop
Zone
zone.
Commander,
Yeah.
And I think Drop Zone was one of those creations where it's like, hey, we're gonna bring back Epic from the
Yeah.
80s, right?
Yeah.
And it was a thing, and now unfortunately it's not a thing anymore.
I love those models.
I actually
Models
think
are
that the
amazing.
company went out, but somebody else bought the rights, right?
Yeah, so that was the Halo game.
But I thought they
think.
bought the.
But I think
think it
yeah,
came with
I'm not totally dialed in, but I have a bunch of the alien whatever those guys
Chitauri
are
or
called.
something?
Something like
I don't
that.
know.
I have like a whole.
Do you have the terrain? It's really good for
Yeah.
Titanicus.
This is a matter of fact.
we need that terrain.
It's that six,
we need that
6
terrain.
millimeter, baby.
All right, so I want to go back to the Geller field. We
Sure.
went way off topic, but the Geller field. So the way that that it happens, it actually infects the Geller field
Okay.
and turns it off, basically. and
Oh,
it
great.
mutates everybody.
Right.
But the reason I love Geller Field so much is because it's the only 40K movie that was released to the public that has a movie about 40K involves what happens if you don't have Geller Fields on your ship.
Well, there you go.
Event Horizon
That's right. Event Horizon is
is a
the Geller
40K
Field.
movie. It is the only unofficial
40K.
40K movie.
See, I
Have
always
you
thought
ever
Event.
seen the movie?
I don't think I've
So
seen
I
the
see.
movie.
I always thought that Event Horizon was the real prequel to Doom. Because Doom has that same thing where he goes into the and then comes back with all the monsters, and
Yeah.
I was convinced that movie was going to be a Doom movie.
Yeah.
By the way, soundtrack Orbital, great band, you should look it up.
All right. Let me so if you don't know anything about Event Horizon, basically
You really don't know anything about Event
I
Horizon.
know.
guy makes a ship.
Yep.
The ship is designed to punch through space and come out on the other side.
Yeah.
And it punched through to the warp, basically.
Merry
And then it
Christmas.
came back, and it's it
Things
was
were
just as
bad.
what you would think about if the ship
So
went
it
to
was
the warp and came out.
early days
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
before-
But like if you
Before
watch a
the-
movie
before
with
the
that,
Crusade.
now watch that movie now with that in mind, and you'll be like, "This is the best movie ever."
So I got it again from a fluff perspective, talking about the golden age. So I think a big reason for that is Black Library, man.
Yeah.
I mean, so the amount that you can immerse yourself now when you're not,
Oh, it's insane.
when you're not playing on the tabletop is just crazy.
The sci-fi section at Barnes and Noble
Yep.
is just all. It's just,
It's just
every book says
Warhammer.
Warhammer on the side. Even Dune now says Warhammer on the
Now-
side of it.
I can totally get into the 40K, 30K. I can't get into the Age of Sigmar floor at all.
Why?
I haven't tried it yet because I'm so backlogged with the
Yeah.
with the
Because your models still have square bases and the books
Yeah.
won't open for you.
Yeah, I can't unlock the
That's
code.
I think that
No.
you have to place the base on top of the book in order to be
Yeah.
unlocked.
I can't get past like the old world.
Yeah. And
like
gosh, I got to tell you,
Yeah.
so what a great setting that was.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So to totally nerd out, the little bit of free time that I have when I'm not doing this stuff is the Warhammer Total War
Yeah.
2, and it is the old,
Oh,
is the old world.
I love Total War.
So good. I mean,
They
again,
just had
from a
threats
for-
come out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just amazing, and it is the old world again because development time is from 4 or 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And so anyway,
Did you ever play the original Total War? Total War Feudal Japan?
I did.
And you remember that one,
Was
like
it Nippon or Nippon?
something like that? There's like one Bushido warrior from one province that would kill the entire map. Like if you didn't destroy the province immediately.
in like the campaign mode.
Yeah.
So that still happens in Warhammer Total War. Don't make any mistake. And depending on which one that you're doing, man, I mean, to tell you what, I mean, there's some formidable stuff out there.
My favorite thing about the old Warhammer world was the fact that the races were all from a map that looked like our world, basically. And what was the United States of America, Aaron? Just guess. If you would guess which Warhammer race was the United States of America, or North America specifically.
The Empire.
Wrong. Mike, do you remember?
So, I don't want to push back, but because I'm right in the middle of this campaign and I see the whole world on this, and it's pretty accurate, right? So that
This is the older stuff, though.
okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. I'll just take a shot. Greenskins,
Dark elves.
dark elves.
And that makes perfect sense for how the rest of the world sees Americans.
Sure, we are the
It would
Dark
be
Elves.
Slanesh.
Speaking of old
yeah.
world, there's some other breaking news on the GW website that you might have glossed over.
What's that?
Apparently, Lord of the Rings is now called Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so.
Am I the only one that like secretly wants to buy these models and play with them?
Yes.
I think
That can't be true.
I think it's. I
Who-
think it's
why
bigger than
don't-
what we think.
Yeah,
It's-
it
I-
is.
And I think that
It's bigger than what we think.
I think that what they paid for royalties is also
Yeah.
bigger than what we think too, and it'd be fascinating to see what that turned into.
They must have sales if they're paying that much
Yeah,
in royalties.
this is a
though.
game where people don't actually play the game. This is
Yeah.
a game
These
where
are from
people are like,
Moses. These are-
I have Eowyn, I have Gandalf. He's so
That's what I
cool."
want.
Yeah.
That's how I
There you
feel.
go. That's
Then you can do that.
I'm gonna start a separate like secret studio, like maybe behind maybe
And it will be
behind one of
called
these panels.
That'd be awesome.
Walking a lot, because that's what all the movies are. Just a lot of walking.
No. By
I-
the way, did you hear that?
Yeah.
HBO is doing the prequel.
Yeah,
For what?
the Cimmerillion.
for Middle Earth.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
By the way, we have a comment from Exploding Sixes. He said, "Total War and Vermintide keeping the old world alive."
What
That's right,
show?
Vermintide.
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice right there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I whenever I peruse the Games Workshop website, I always wander over to what is now the Middle Earth Strategy Battle Game. What used to be the Lord of the Wings, and I look at those models and I think, well,
Wings.
Wings.
Lord of the Wings.
Lord of the. Come on, guys. You know I have a sore throat. You know I was
Yeah,
live casting and
Nova.
Nova, and I
Yeah.
have my little lozenge. Making fun of me. Anyways, I find the models fascinating.
You know what? I don't hate on the actual game or GW's treatment of it. I just really hate the movies. And I hated.
I
I
don't
hate
know
the
what
movies.
he's talking about.
I tried to
I know.
read The Hobbit. It's the most boring book ever.
Hold on. We
There's more.
need to pause
There's
this.
more.
I think we need to go.
There's more. I challenge you to find somebody who says that the Hobbit movie really needed to be broken up into
No,
multiple
that I
movies.
absolutely agree.
Okay, we're not.
That
I mean,
was, that was for.
We're getting off a tangent, but I hate it.
the Hobbit movies are the Hobbit movies. Lord of the Rings is good.
It is
Very good.
amazing.
Except all the scenes with hobbits in them. If you just cut those scenes out, then
Which
you
is
have a really,
90% of the
Well,
movie.
it's like 12 hours long with the
Right.
extended cut. you know?
Right.
So, but yeah, it's
So-
an amazing movie.
That's going to be my
That's
hell,
not-
by the way, is having to watch
No,
all of those
no,
movies in a
there's
row
Far
over and
worse.
over.
There's far worse. Far
Far
worse
worse.
fates. than
Absolutely.
that, man.
Well,
Far worse.
Can you think of a worse movie series to watch straight through like that?
Yes.
Like what?
he's gonna say Star Wars, and I'm gonna
No,
lose it.
No. I mean,
Like Fast and the Furious? Give me that Tokyo Drift.
No.
I love Tokyo
I've
Drift
never
because it
even-
doesn't
you know
have anybody else in it that's
I've-
in the movies.
I've
So-
never even considered watching all those movies back to back. That's
You know,
never
I
even
will
crossed
s-
my mind.
I will say this to defend Lord of the Rings.
Sure.
It's been 18 years since the first one, right?
Wow.
And they still hold
Wow.
up, dude. They still hold up.
Yeah, I mean,
As opposed to, so it was like Labor Day weekend,
just
right?
walking.
No, as opposed to,
all the Bond movies were on, like back to back to back.
Oh, I don't like the new Bond movies.
And
I
the
just straight
old
up don't
ones,
like them.
The classic ones that I grew up with, like this is awesome. I'm watching it with my son. Right?
They're
Those
not-
are-
they're not
those
good.
do not hold up. So
They're not
that's,
good.
That's my
Goldfinger,
that's
not
my,
good.
No,
Yeah.
that's like 50 years old.
Yeah.
Well, but
You
they're
know,
so bad that they're good at still.
They're still novelty. But
Moonraker. I think Moonraker holds up. I like myself
Moonraker's
some
incredible.
Moonraker.
Moonraker is
Yeah.
incredible.
Love Moonraker.
Jaws.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
best.
In love.
Wow, that went off on a huge tangent. I love it.
Okay, I don't know what this next line means. I don't know who
I think
wrote
you
this on the
should read
script.
it out loud. Read it out
Alright.
loud.
Where's the teleprompter?
New night with Duder Sprue added some cost as current night box.
Yes.
Where's your
What is this?
So
where's
this-
your intern? You need to fire that.
I wrote this because it's for me. It's the night that the new night that was in the codex that did not have a model. They are putting that night out, and basically it's the full night box with an added sprue. And apparently GW is going to charge the same price as just buying the new night.
Okay.
So the sprue with the extra weapons, the change out of weapons, and then actually the character on foot that can eject. From
Oh,
it.
that night.
Yeah, he's gonna be. They're gonna be the same cost. So
Okay.
GW is gonna put that extra, slide it in, and they're gonna rebox it.
That's
and,
awesome.
And put that.
That
up for
could
the same
be
price.
interesting.
And that one will be
Yeah.
$178.
No, it's supposed to be the same price.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, they're just putting it in.
Free
They're like,
model.
Free model. That's right.
That's what it should
They
say.
should put it on every box. Free model
Yeah,
inside.
exactly. Free model. Oh, goodness.
What else? We got the Realm of Chaos, the old school Realm of Chaos.
Yep.
That they previewed, which will have Khorne and Slaanesh. I've been working on Juan Diaz Slaanesh army forever.
Yep.
And I brought it out.
Slaanesh is where it's at, baby.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So one of my 9 painted fantasy armies is Slaanesh.
Oh, nice.
And then on the 40k side, you gotta appreciate
What gen do you have of your Daemonettes?
Oh gosh, so I have metal.
You got the big crabby claw ones? Or you got
no,
the Svelte
I-
girls with the
I
daggers?
got the Spelt girls with the
That's the
daggers.
Juan Diaz ones.
Yeah. So man, he's an encyclopedia of knowledge here.
It's ridiculous.
I don't think you realize that. I mean, so yes, I have those, but I also have the claw ones.
Yeah.
I also have 3 or 4 keepers of secrets. Every single one.
You got that little old one that looks
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
luchadora.
So it's seriously like this tall, and the
Yeah.
new one's like it's unbelievable. But it was entirely not lead, but it was pewter.
Yeah.
That's going back quite a ways though.
Yeah. Awesome.
But yeah, 40k from a fluff perspective, one of the books, the Black Library books, is the greatest book ever. Is Fulgrim.
Okay.
Unbelievable book.
I don't think I've read that
Oh
one.
my gosh.
I've read a lot of them.
Do they have an audiobook?
Yes.
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right, I could do that.
Uh,
I could do that.
Apparently-
Fulgrim's one of the, I would say, one of the top 5 in the Horse Heresy trilogy is Fulgrim. You gotta read it, man.
Apparently on Audible, if you get like a subscription, you get to get like 5 GW books that you can listen to every month as part of your subscription.
Really? I have to tell you something. Every time you've talked to me about books, never want to read it. He's been here 10 minutes.
I'm telling you.
I'm
man.
ready to read it.
I don't read
He's-
any books.
He's good. This
I
guy's
read,
good.
Hey,
Codexes.
it's all in the package.
You read codexes.
Yeah, Codex. Well, you know what? There's something to be said for that too.
That's true.
Codex is the fluff at the beginning of it. Is how you get the flavor of the army.
I-
You know what I mean?
Waste of money.
I did talk about how bad
Waste
no, no,
the
no,
Waste
Hobbit
of money.
is.
It just makes the book heavy.
no.
It's hard to
kind
find
of
the stuff.
agree with
I,
Aaron.
it's hard to find the information I
There should
need.
be options. You should be able to buy
Just
like
get the.
the game rule one, and then the full edition, and then the
Oh.
super edition.
How about a discount fluff free version?
No. Let me answer that question now. No.
So, okay, back to Realm of Chaos. Slaanesh and Khorne together again. Very excited. So it looks like there's going to be some new Khorne models. and
Yeah.
some
Okay, wait, no,
new
hold on.
stuff.
We have to find a compromise. What about a
No.
fluff part of the book with no text and only pictures?
So you want a picture
like
book?
like
Yeah.
a picture book.
Yeah.
They have that.
Not enough
it's called,
pictures.
It's called like the Art of Warhammer, and it's
Yeah.
a huge tome. It takes up this entire table, and
Yeah.
you could flip through it. Be awesome.
And
They
I'll
don't
learn.
have
I'll
rules,
learn
though.
all the
only
fluff.
It's only
and
like
I won't have to read
$575. It's pretty reasonable.
Deals! Oh, I bet it's 20% more now.
Yep,
Well,
probably.
yeah, absolutely. So that's actually a sea change though on the Forge World side.
Yeah.
Right.
You see where the shipping has now been. So some of them still don't make sense, right? From a currency recalibration perspective, but the free shipping is what the sea change.
Oh,
Yeah, it depends.
it's not just free shipping to a local GW store anymore.
No,
Ooh,
exactly.
I did not see that. That's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
But
the,
they rose
the
the prices 20% across the
the
board.
currency
Oh.
the currency factor is still a factor.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it
but-
does not relate to like inflation or like
Right.
dollar dues to
No. It's,
isn't Forge World actually cast in England though?
So this is where it gets really interesting, and I think what they're ultimately, depending on the market, and obviously they have those analytics now, is what the Warhammer Cafe and the new headquarters down there in Texas is going to be for the U.S. market. And the insider track that I have, knowing a lot of GW employees,
yeah.
not to rat anybody out on the show, is that maybe they're going to do some of the processing here.
Oh,
Kind of
interesting.
like how
Okay.
BMW makes the X5 here.
Right.
Where
Just
they
like
would
that.
do,
Yeah.
just do a couple of the casts, maybe. And I think that's in the early exploration. But then to your point, so the one flame war that I saw was around the Thunderhawk gunship,
Okay.
right? So the Thunderhawk gunship in pounds and then converted to US, right, is just ridiculous
Right.
now, right? Whereas it's like, it still makes sense to sign in as a UK user, pay the worldwide shipping to the US and get the currency, you know what I mean? Pay for it in
Is that, you think it's just something wrong with the algorithm?
No.
I think
Or do you think they're pulling an Apple where when Apple says it's $100, it's 100
Yeah.
US, it's 100,
Yeah.
Right.
it's just 100.
it's factored into
Right.
Yeah, the Warhound
and it
Titan.
doesn't- yeah.
The Warhound Titan with 2 weapons basically is $400 more now. If you bought it on Tuesday and then on Wednesday
Right.
it would be $400 more.
Man, I should have bought that when I was there.
You know what? It's a beautiful piece.
You
though.
still can.
It's
Yeah.
a beautiful piece.
Let's go.
I think you guys need it, man.
We do need
We
it.
did it. We did it. We just sold one.
Okay. So that's what paid for everything. Right?
That's what paid for a lot of stuff. And then we got one more thing here.
Warhammer Underworld.
Yeah, it's Underworld Nightvault instead of Shadespire. It's gonna have a new season.
What do you think about that?
I wanted to really like Shadespire. I went out and bought stuff. I painted stuff,
Mhm.
and I played like 10 games, and I lost
Uh-huh.
every game.
Uh-huh.
And I felt like every game I was just like trapped into like a garbage hand, and I just didn't have fun with the game. So like
Internet.
Okay.
I'm gonna get close and quiet here for a second because we gotta talk about something. Josh quit when he lost 3 games in a row in one night. He had all of his models with him, and he just put them down on the table, and he said, "I'm done. Who wants my models?" So if you want Josh to quit something, just beat him 3 times in a row.
No, that was the 10th game.
Win at all cost over here. Don't tell him that I have stories for Josh too. He built like the most broken one-sided.
I
list
never
that
do.
you'll
I
ever
never
see.
do that. Aaron, back me up. I never make broken.
You never make broken
Yeah.
lists?
Talk about Mr.
Oh,
Mindex
goodness.
over here. Jeez,
Oh,
Okay,
don't get me
goodness.
going. Don't get me going.
Josh cheated at his own tournament. Anyways.
I didn't cheat. That was the rules.
That's the
'cause
rules.
I made it.
That's true. Those are the rules.
Good.
Anyways,
So
enough
we were
ragging on
referring
Josh.
to-
Josh is a good list builder,
Yes.
and that's what you should take away. So
Yes.
if you have list questions, don't direct
Josh
them
is
to
the
me.
man. I mean, if you want to exploit rules,
Yeah.
if you want to find the loopholes the way some lawyers find loopholes in tax law, for example,
Yeah, Josh is
this
your
is
man.
the guy for you. Absolutely, no question. See, I build fluffy armies. Like, I'll have the entire range of a line, right? And I'll be like, hey, I don't see, this model in a
Harpies.
in a unit. Yeah, I mean, I don't see it.
See,
Let's
he already knows what
happens.
models garbage.
I know, and then it's like you feel that it's like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
They just suck.
Yep. Yep. So we're alluding to the first time that we actually met was in this tournament where I was playing in 7th edition Demon Army
Yeah.
with I think we're 1,000 points, right?
It was like I think it was Kill Teams. Or
No,
it
it
was
was
Kill
a
Team
1,000.
Esque.
It was a 1,000-point army, right?
Right. With a 2 wound maximum. No named character, 2 wounds max.
No, I think you can have more than one.
No, 'cause
whatever.
a warrior-
the
a warrior
point
was not
was
allowed.
is that I just summoned
Right.
like 4 times as much
Yeah,
as I
yeah,
brought
yeah.
because it was 7th edition,
Including
Demon
Demon Princes, which were explicitly banned from being put into your actual list.
Right,
But didn't
you
count
can
if you
still-
summoned
but
them,
you can still
obviously.
summon them.
Obviously,
Of
you
course,
can still
of
summon
course,
them.
that's the
If you recall, it was
Mr.
an
Loophole. That's I think
Inquisitor
the-
army.
Right.
So new nickname, Mr. Loophole.
Alright.
I think
I like it.
Kuma's loophole.
I like it.
Well, that brings us to Hobby Zone, and I don't have a lot going on at my Hobby Zone.
What is it's? You have stuff written down.
I mean, I got some stuff. So first of all, like if you're watching this live, or I guess if you're watching it at all because it has video, OBS has a whole bunch of like backgrounds and filters.
What's
OBS is the live streaming, the open broadcast system.
There we go.
It's how we live stream, and it has these transitions and stuff in it. And so I've been making all of those, and I've been tweaking
And
them,
they're
and I've been
beautiful.
getting them ready. And they're good, but I just feel like I still have so many. I still have like another. I need more is the problem.
Yeah.
I have a lot more to do in it. So I've been doing a lot of computer work.
Yeah.
I did the new intro for the videos,
Yep.
right? With the fire and
Hey,
the
I helped.
explosions.
Good.
You did.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did
Remember,
you do again?
I described exactly
He
what we
was the
wanted
That's
to have
right,
happen.
that's right.
He was the
right.
Water boy.
Josh described exactly what he wanted, and he picked the music.
Yeah. I picked the stuff
Right,
too.
right. Yes.
You made it all work,
It's
but
all
I
about
picked all
the
the
I made it all work.
It's all
I made it
about
all
the
It
work.
was very important, the music.
You know, the music sets the
Music's
tone,
important.
baby.
Listen, it's
Absolutely.
24 seconds, and it took me 9 hours.
Believe me, man.
Ugh.
I work with video editors sometimes.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I talk about
It was
meticulous,
ridiculous.
meticulous detail.
Meticulous. But then what's actually on my table is the Titanicus terrain, so that we can play some Titanicus and be the only ones in the world doing it.
No,
so
I'm
full of crap.
cautiously optimistic about it.
I am too.
I think you'll see some other people.
For me, I've been organizing my new studio.
Yep.
At my my abode, and then I have pulled out this Slanesh Demons and the Corn Demons. I built a bunch of the Corn Demons I had unbuilt. Still got a ton more to do, and I've got the Titanicus there and the Demons, and that's what I've got. on the
What
table.
happened to your new AOS army that you were so excited about? You never built an army new
So-
from box and
That is the airbrush army,
uh-huh.
and I can't work on that without an airbrush.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
So we have an airbrush.
I understand, but
You make it sound like we don't have an
I've
airbrush.
been busy for the last couple of weeks.
I'm just
though.
saying. I want to see that army.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
I do too. Mike, what about you? Talk to
So-
us about your hobby.
Yeah, so what we're doing right now is we're hoping to field some. So Dragonfall, thematically, from a table perspective, is primarily woodlands, and so we've introduced some other. We have like 2 or 3 snow tables now that look really. So the challenge is we do everything very, very upper end, but we're hoping to introduce for Dragonfall 4 in a couple weeks some desert themed terrain. So something that you don't see. It's that, and the purpose for that again is to totally contrast to the other stuff. That
Yeah.
we've done.
Very
So
different.
that's what I've been done, and hopefully some.
I can't imagine that putting on a convention is, I don't know, time consuming at all or anything.
It's really interesting. So the thing that I enjoy about it is that you work on it year round, but obviously it's mission critical for one weekend.
Yeah.
The problem with the business is that you don't get to improve the execution of the business until the next year, though.
Yeah.
Right.
So the margin for error is very, very, very small. But it's great, and we're now to the point where we have wonderful volunteers and other people that have gravitated now under the tent of Dragonfall that put on the different events. So I think we have this year like 14 or 15 events.
Oh, nice.
I'm subject matter expert in none of them.
So, like, I play bolt action.
I'm not the bolt action guy, right? I play Age of Sigmar. I'm not the Age of Sigmar guy. I play 40k, obviously, but so I've gotten kind of the best of the area to be the subject matter experts, to be those judges. That's what's
That's
really,
good.
That's really cool.
Jack
Is
of all
that-
trades.
that
master.
collaboration.
Well, let's just jump. Let's just
Let's-
jump right into
Yeah.
What is
Dragonfall.
Dragonfall? But we need to put something on the
Yeah, I
board.
think this would be.
We do need to
this would
put
be
something on the
the-
board. So when is
the-
Dragon? While Josh is getting that, when is Dragonfall?
Yeah, Dragonfall is next month. It's October. We're 3 days now, so it's 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Okay.
The big change for us. We're in our 4th year, and so this year is a sea change for us from a couple different perspectives. One, we have on-site vendors, so we have people like WreckAge We have people like Toledo Game Room is coming into town. You know, their big rig that they have at Adepticon. So we have on-site vendors, and the other big sea change is that, you know, just from a layout perspective, we're in like 9,000 square feet this year. So
So where is it? So it's October 19th,
Yeah, it's
20th, and 21st.
here in Chicagoland in Elmhurst.
Okay.
At a facility called the Waterford Banquet Facility. And as I mentioned, it's our 4th year, so we're getting a lot of things
I grew
right.
up in Elmhurst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice area.
Yeah.
And
Is this the second or third venue?
this is the third, actually.
Third in 4 years.
He was
Yeah.
at the first one,
Yeah.
right? And so it's very humble beginnings, but you know, this year we should have between 400 and 500 people.
Nice.
Most of those playing in ticketed events. Some events we've already sold out at this point in time.
So what events do you have going on? 40K, obviously.
Yeah, so in under 40K alone, we have 4 or 5 events. So we have the Warhammer 40K Champs, which this is our trophy for the Warhammer 40K Champs, right?
It's going. It's just you can just leave it in the studio. We're taking that. That's for sure.
it's-
We're winning that one.
If you like bling, this is the thing, right? Then we have a narrative. We have Combat Patrol. We have a doubles tournament, and we have a gentleman's tournament.
A gentleman.
Yeah. So
Are those gentlemen that play 40K?
not for you? You're Mr. Loophole cannot play.
I was
In
in
the
the
gentleman.
friendly this
No,
last.
I'm going to
this
make a
last
rule
year.
right here. Mr. Loophole cannot play in the gentleman because my judge will get frustrated and you'll find a loophole to figure out how to break it. Anyway,
It'll be like,
That's not-
he's
that's
like,
not
I
even-
wore a tux, and therefore I can do whatever I
I have a
want.
fedora.
so and the same judge that's running the 40K narrative is running ours.
Okay.
So that's great. So if you like that event, same guy. It's awesome.
Yep.
Then Age of Sigmar. So we have our 2-day champs. It's already sold out, unfortunately. So if you're interested in that, please contact us. Get on the waiting list for that. But then we have a doubles on Friday for Age of Sigmar. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then so that's like the GW stuff. The certainly the broad strokes. But then we have Team Yankee. We have Bolt Action. We have
Infinity.
Dark Age. We have Infinity. So we've kind of compiled all of the greatest hits. All these games I've played, by the way. So I have huge.
Is there any
huge
X-Wing or Legion this year?
No, so not as of yet. So we certainly started out in the first Dragonfall. We had X-Wing events,
Right.
and I don't know what happened, quite frankly. I love the game.
Yeah.
I play it with my son. We like Armada too, but we don't have it from a tournament perspective right now.
I love Armada.
Armada's
I have a huge
Armada's-
Armada army.
Did you see the new one from the new
Yeah,
Superstar Destroyer
Executor.
from the executive
Yeah.
from at
Yeah.
Gen Con? Holy crow! Anyway,
I'll
it,
never forgive you.
it's I mean,
Why?
you just put that baby on the table and there's
And that's
the,
it.
The
That's
game
the
takes
table.
place around it. Yeah, it's like I don't understand how that works. Anyway, and it's pretty cheap though. It's only like $200.
Oh, yeah.
which is not bad.
No.
I mean when you take a look at just the because some of those cruisers are like $40 or $50.
I think
So
it's about the same size as the Lego Superstar Destroyer.
and anyway, so big fan of it. We just don't
2.0
have
2.0 coming up was probably.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
we're in that thing, and then I think Worlds are happening
Yeah.
soon, and so we're in a scheduled conflict area too. So all good though.
But it
So
sounds like there's a lot of
fantasy,
cool stuff.
fantasy Flight, if you're listening,
Okay,
we love X-Wing. We want X-Wing.
I have a slow ball question for you.
Sure.
What's your favorite game all time?
Boy, so the reason I have the disease that is this hobby, right, is I just fell in love with Rogue Trader era. Warhammer 40K is. I was a kid, I was probably 11 or 12 years old in high school. Played D&D, and that was my friend brought it over at the time. And I'll never forget. He had the first Marines,
Yeah.
the Rogue Trader era Marines against Eldar.
The ones that are
Oh
all
my
like
gosh!
humped
yeah,
over.
the ones that
Yeah.
the mono pose.
The shoulder pads are like.
And the old spindly dreadnought
Yeah.
that you couldn't get to glue together right. And I'll tell you what. And then to the overall conversation, bring it back to that. Just the fluff, even back then, was just amazing. And so
Yeah.
from there, it's been
well, to show my age, it's been a 35 plus year love affair with that. Right?
So we have a question from the audience.
Yeah.
What was the cap on players for the AOS champ?
So I believe it's 36. If it's not 36, it's 40. So which is great. So that's one thing that's changed tremendously, just since we've been having it. So the first Dragonfall that Josh mentioned, we were still playing Warhammer Fantasy Battle 8th edition, right? So we've been through, you know, an iteration of the new rules, General's Handbook, you know, and now a new edition of AOS. And
Yep.
to their credit, talking about knocking it out of the park, right? They've taken the feedback from what needed to change in the new edition of AOS, and it's gotten, you know, a mission critical amount of fans now.
Yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
I have a question. Are any of these events going to be ITC related?
Yes, as a matter of fact, so the Dragonfall Champs event is the ITC format. So if you need those points, guys, then feel free. It's absolutely, you know, from a Best Coast pairings perspective, that will be the mechanism that records those points.
Now,
Excellent.
do people need to have their lists and stuff all in so they can be in Best Coast? They need them downloaded on their phones before they come in?
Yeah, so as you know, kind of the dark side of the tournament organizer thing, right? There's been some incidents that have happened, right? And
Incidents.
so
Josh.
So
Just kidding.
you know, I did anything go down at Nova, by the way?
Not that I was aware of.
That's fantastic.
Not that I was aware
That's-
of. But
that's-
again,
that's
I was
fantastic.
in my own.
Yep.
I was in my
so
own.
so
thing.
unfortunately, when every big event has happened, there's been a controversy, right? And
If
it's all
anybody
been-
knows, Josh would know if there was Nova controversy.
it's all been related to your point of lists.
Yep.
So we have a zero tolerance policy towards lists, and I think there's two aspects of that, right? There's the malicious intent,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's, you know, a venal sin, right? Like, oh, I accidentally, you know, put an extra model in the list that I didn't pay for, or something like that. And then there's a whole other level of cheating that takes place, unfortunately. And I say cheating as the word cheating, right? Of fundamentally trying to abuse the system of the tournament or organization that you're entering in, right? And that's unfortunately one of those things where every list will be proved, to your
Okay.
point.
How early do they have to be in?
So
Next
Um,
week.
no, you know, the runway continues to go out.
Okay.
So we're about 6 weeks out. I think we're going to collect lists beforehand for champs. But honestly, the main thing that happens during the course of the event that's fascinating is, in addition to us verifying those points and everything, right? Because the universe has gotten so expansive.
Yeah.
Now. There's 18 armies that you need to know all the
Right.
minutia of.
Minimum,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, so what happens is fascinating is that players will actually help from a
See, and
verification.
That's what we were
perspective,
talking
right?
about. Like in a theoretical world,
Yeah.
it would be interesting to have a public
Locked
viewing
lists.
once the lists are locked to review all the lists before the event.
But the sea change is, and I'm happy to announce that you guys will be streaming Table 1 at
Yep.
Dragonfall.
That's true.
That's
right?
correct.
And this is how all of those things, the commonality that's happened is, so it's not just the players that are verifying the list, but now you have the entire
Community.
the entire community that's looking and seeing people manipulating models and dice and stuff on the table. I don't want to go into that, but that's what's fascinating to me. Is so it's like the community is policing it now. So again, the overall from our point of view is we have a zero tolerance policy, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of what happens to those people, because hopefully we have another event
Yeah.
like Nova does, where we don't even have to worry about this.
That would be fantastic. We're getting close to our end of our podcast time. However, I have a question for you.
Sure.
Are we going to do the Rangers movie?
Yeah. So let's talk about this. So a couple things, just to totally wrap up. And again, guys, I'm very appreciative of the time today.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. You've been a delight.
So a couple highlights from Dragonfall this year. One of the things I'm really excited about is doing philanthropic endeavors is very important to me, and important to the entire Dragonfall organization. And so this year we've partnered with Child's Play. And those unfamiliar with Child's Play, is they're a charitable organization that donates video games and video game equipment to children who need that distraction when they're in hospitals, right? So children that need help. And the organization's literally raised tens of millions of dollars for this organization. For that cause. And Dragonfall has a $10,000 goal this year for Child's Play. Everybody has stepped up huge. So if you take a look at the amount of swag that we receive from different gaming companies, it's massive. We have a couple donated armies.
Is it going to be auction?
Yes, silent
Okay.
auction. It happens all weekend. You don't have to have a badge in order to participate. So if you're a gamer out there that wants to come and check out Dragonfall, please come. Check it out. You can bid in the silent auction. You can shop at the vendors, and there's no cover fee. So we just want to see you. And so that's our hope, is that we have a successful silent auction for that great cause. And that's, you're going to see grow and get more tendrils into that.
Yeah, that's
But,
awesome.
but one of the things that's happened, which is fascinating too, so the two guys that are spearheading this project up for me are also big local brewery guys. And so we have like 12 local breweries that have also donated, flights of their of the different seasonal liquor that they brew, or different gift cards from local breweries too.
That's
So
awesome.
so if you like beer around the Midwest, there's definitely a package that you can bid out at Dragonfall for that too.
That's awesome.
So, and
Are
I
you
think
going
that
to have Spotted Cow?
they're from Wisconsin. Sorry. I know that because it's New Glarus.
I know, it's
Right.
New Glarus.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like the best.
yeah. Anyway, so we don't have them yet.
Okay.
Maybe next year. But yeah, I think that's one of the big changes as well for this year. This is the first time that we've done the charity aspect.
That's
of it.
great.
Well, that's extremely exciting.
It really is, and we're very fortunate to have such great people that work on our staff who are helping us with that, and we interface with the Child's Play people.
And so if you want to get more information, go ahead and check out Dragonfall on Facebook, and your website is?
It's real easy. It's www.dragon-fall.com, just like games-workshop.com.
They needed that plug.
Awesome. I like that. That was
You like
subtle.
Okay,
Come on, GW.
are we doing the movie?
Yes. So this is another exciting thing. So Aaron is involved with this incredible movie that we're going to figure out some way to have private showings or public showings. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We're going to figure that out.
It'll be
But I think
awesome.
We're working with the venue to figure out the space. Aaron, why don't you tell us a little bit about the
Sure. So for many of you, you may know I'm the executive producer of Mini Wargaming's The Rangers, the feature film. If you are a Kickstarter backer and you haven't checked your email, check your email, because the download link to actually watch the full film went out last week, so you can actually watch the full movie. We recently did our premiere in Welland, which was great. 2 nights in 2 different theaters. It was super fun. I think all totaled we had about 150, 200 people that came out, which was great.
That's awesome.
But now I want to do some more showings, and hopefully we can do it at Dragonfall and sell some tickets or get some people and just put it up and have some fun.
Yeah,
awesome.
and I got to tell you, I'm really excited about that. I think that's a new dimension, obviously, for us too, and we're excited to be.
Oh, and if we turn it into a film fest and there's only one entry, then I win.
And you could win a dragon.
I could win this.
Amazing. I love
Somehow I'm taking this back to the studio, one way or another.
Yeah. So again, I think the overall thing that's really exciting for me is, as you know, this is our 4th year now, and as more and more people, it's such a great community.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so we're really blessed from the point of view that all of our volunteers, you guys, so the boulder's is pushed down the mountain now, and it's rolling, it's picking up steam, and as that happens, more and more people are getting involved, and it's very, very gratifying as the co-founder.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, it's very exciting, and thank you so much for coming. We
Oh, it's
really
my
enjoyed
pleasure.
our time. I assume you're not going to stay and play Kill Teams with us, or are you going to stay?
Unfortunately, I can't, guys. I would love to, and I have a Primaris army that's perfect for it. It looks awesome, but next time.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
next time you're going to have to play some games with
Yeah.
us. Until next time, this has been Aaron and Josh from the Cool Guys Nation coming to you live from the CGN studio. We will be back in I believe 9 o'clock we're playing.
Yeah, 9
Yep.
o'clock.
9 o'clock, we're going to throw down some kill teams. We're playing at least 2 games. If I get bottled on turn 1, I guess we're going to play 3.
Hey, that happened to me
Hey.
last time.
That's
Mr.
true.
Mr. List Breaker over here.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
maybe.
and what we're doing tonight,
Dice rolls, man.
I'm bringing some Space Marines. You're bringing Nids.
Nids.
And we're going to flip-flop lists.
There
So
you
it'll
go.
be super fun. We'll be playing right here in just about 40 minutes. So we will see you back here on the table.
I'm supposed to say that.
I know, but
On the table.
I didn't let you.
On the table.
On the table.